Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. As usual, we only ask you to do a couple of things for us. One is go to our Facebook page, like us, and interact with us. Two is go to our Twitter page. Our Twitter handle is
@ComesNaturalPod.
there. You can interact with us. Go to iTunes, like us, review us. That's it.
Boom. Thanks, Joe.
Welcome,
Comes naturally. We are.
Joe.
I am Cody, and we ain't got nobody else today. Someone's at work trying to make the monies.
Even Mike's chair's not here.
Nope. Mike's chair is not even here.
No.
But we are going to debut a new segment.
Mike's Wrestling Minute.
Boom. There you go. And to start it off is Joe.
So Mike really wanted to talk about this wrestler. His name is Kushida, and he apparently wrestles over in the Japanese Wrestling League. Mike really wanted to talk about him because the dude does, what would you call it? Not even like
Movie themes.
movie theme entrances. So the one that he saw was Back to the Future, where the wrestler himself dresses up as Marty McFly from 3, where he has the what do you call it?
It's the technically from 1, and it's he
Well,
has
yeah,
the
sorry,
vest
1,
on.
yeah, the vest. I'm just trying to think of what they call it.
Yeah.
I can't think of it at all.
It looks.
They called it a life preserver.
Yeah,
in
I
the
think it
movie.
looks like
That's all
life
I can
preserver.
think of.
Are you in the Coast Guard?
Are you in the Coast Guard? And then Mike didn't mention it, but his friend or his trainer or whoever it is comes out with him
Manager,
dressed
yes.
as manager, dressed as Doc Brown in the full white jumpsuit, and he's got the remote control, and he's like jiggling the controls and everything, and he's got this wild hair look, but you can tell the hair is definitely a cap. It's fucking hilarious.
Hilarious.
But then after watching his intro, which was pretty good, nothing really awesome. Like I was expecting the fire from the tires to come out or something like that behind him. Nothing like that. But his opponent that he went up against, and this is what I was surprised that Mike didn't like more, is that his opponent came slightly dressed as Arnold Schwarzenegger's character from the Terminator. And he even did the whole, pose where he
kneel down from the bubble.
Yeah, from the bubble pose. Wasn't naked. That would have been really awkward.
He was wearing a Speedo and the,
His
tall
regular
boots and
wrestling gear, yeah, but except he had the black glasses on, give me your clothes. And he puts on
super
the glasses.
awesome mullet.
Yeah, and so that was actually pretty awesome. That's it. That's Mike's Wrestling Minute.
Mike's Wrestling Minute. Brought to you
Wrestling
by
Minute.
Joe. Because Mike wasn't here to debut his new segment.
Mm-hmm.
But we thought we'd do it anyways.
I'm close enough, right?
Boom. You're in the guest chair. So,
Aw.
not even close at all.
I'm pretty sure this is my chair.
Well, it's your chair in the
in
guest
a
spot.
yeah, there you go, in the
There you
guest
go.
spot.
Boom.
Just would have been awkward if we were sitting next to each other.
Yeah,
and talking.
super weird.
Yeah.
We're on a date. So news. Let's see. Besides, Mike's Wrestling Minute. Look forward to some more. We're gonna make Mike do it. Maybe once a month, maybe every week. I don't know. We'll
Whenever he finds a new thing that he wants to do.
see. We'll quiz him on wrestling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned for more Mike's Wrestling Minute, which is by far as you can listen. It's not really more. It's like more than a minute.
Was that more than a minute?
Yeah,
That
it
was more than a minute.
yeah.
It was like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. Let's see. News. Doug Liman's going to direct the Justice League Dark over at Warner Brothers.
And that was the thing that formerly Peter Jackson was... No, not Peter Jackson.
The other one.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yep.
The other one you say. Was attached to, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And just in case you guys don't know who Doug Liman is, he was the director of the 2014 hit Edge of Tomorrow, featuring Tom Cruise and that one lady who's playing Mary Poppins.
Is she playing Mary Poppins? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know
Emily
that.
Blunt.
Emily Blunt, yeah.
Mary Poppins Returns. So
Who's in that? Who's because it's what, Constantine?
So John
and-
Constantine, Dead Man. It's got I think the Magic Lady's in it. Not Enchantress.
Black Canary.
No, the
no,
other
no.
one.
The one that
Zatanna.
Zeltana, yeah, that
Zatanna,
Batman
yeah.
one that was into. I was trying to remember, yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see.
You think they'll bring in the guy who played Constantine, or they're going to go with a totally different
I don't
person?
know. I like the guy, the newer one that played Constantine, because he was in. Well, I guess they can't because he's technically in the DC TV realm because they brought him into Arrow
That's
at one
right.
point.
Yeah.
So he's technically in the DC TV universe, which we all know is now separate from everything else.
Speaking of DC TV stuff for a second, I saw an advertisement for Legends?
Yes.
That was on TV, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It was their Thursday show.
Because I saw the DVD that came out, and I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it came out already.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on the televisions. And oddly enough, this is the project he went from Edge of Tomorrow. Doug Liman went from Edge of Tomorrow. He was slated for the long, still not done Gambit movie.
The
and every
one
time
that what's his name keeps
Channing
getting
Tatum,
yeah.
He was like the third director or something, or he was one of 3 directors that they had attached that dropped off because of delays of different things.
Oh yeah.
So he's now off that project, and it looks like he's on another superhero one.
I don't think that project's ever going to get off the ground.
Good. I don't really care. They can get it off the ground once they get rid of fucking
Channing
Tatum for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always Guillermo del Toro was always trying to get Justice League Dark made.
Which I think you'd be perfect for.
Oh,
with
of
the
course,
way
yeah,
you
like
handled.
spooky, like Hellboy type stuff,
Exactly.
you know.
It's right up his alley.
Yeah. So we'll see what really happens. See, rumors previously pointed towards Hellboy himself, Ron Perlman, as playing Swamp Thing. That'd be pretty dope.
That would be pretty dope. He'd have the voice to be able to do it. I'd like it.
Oh, dang. Colin Farrell and Ewan McGregor were reportedly in the mix to play John Constantine.
Oh.
I would like to see Ewan McGregor hit a John Constantine. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
And Ben Mendelsohn, who's the bad guy in Rogue One, is being eyed for the film's primary villain, Anson Arcane. That's interesting.
Nice.
So yeah, maybe we'll see more of that. It sounds like it's actually gaining more speed. Now they don't have Guillermo del Toro behind it for I don't know why.
Whatever
That's
reason.
a fucking stumbling block for anybody. That guy keeps making really good movies all the time. So
He does, but there's a lot of projects he's been attached to lately that seem to be
yeah, falling apart.
falling
for a
apart.
reason,
Yeah. Because he finally left
Pacific
Rim 2, and then it suddenly started picking up.
Well, that was one of the rumors when he left Pacific Rim 2, and they announced that I can't remember who it was now. He was going to pick up on Justice League Dark, but apparently that didn't pan out either.
Yeah.
So
There's something else he was attached to. I thought. Well, it was the Halo movie he was attached to long ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah. Wow. He makes great movies. I don't know why people just don't trust him.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Fucking dumb. Captain Marvel's the short list for directors have popped up for Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, who's on him?
Nobody of real note. It looks like Nikki Caro, who directed Whale Rider and McFarland USA for Disney. Leslie Linka Glader, who directed a bunch of TV stuff. She did a bunch of episodes of Walking Dead and Homeland.
Okay.
Lorraine Scafaria, I guess that's his last name. Director of The Meddler and Seeking Friends for the End of the World. Randoms in there, I don't know.
Well, wasn't Seeking Friends at the End of the World? That was
The
movie with what's his name?
Yeah, the dude from Evan Almighty.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the movie we always think of him for. That guy, yep, the one. The Steve Carell.
Steve Carell. There we
Yep.
go. I'm like
And
Daily
Keira Knightley.
Show. I'm like Daily Show.
The guy who wasn't the host, but he was on a lot and then became a star.
I mean, like not that guy, because that guy went on to go do his other show after the Daily Show, and then he went. Yeah, but it was the other guy, not the British guy.
The other one.
The other one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, Steve Carell was in that one along with Keira Knightley. That's it. I mean, those 3 are the ones on the short list, I guess. Obviously, they're going after a lady.
Which is fine. It just, I don't
Yeah.
know. I guess none of those that I can think of are any action type movies.
I mean,
so it'd
Homeland
be-
has some action. Obviously, Walking Dead has some action.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what the hell Whale Rider is.
Well Rider or
Whale?
Whale?
Whale Rider.
Whale. Okay.
Whale Rider,
Like
WHALE.
weird.
So that's fucking strange.
I don't know. Maybe they ride whales.
Or it's someone who fucks gameling whales.
Maybe.
There you go.
Yeah.
That sucks. It was not a good reference at all.
No, it wasn't really good.
Sorry.
As you should be.
I'm not actually sorry at all. Other than that, there's not a lot of news. A lot of some more weird movie, TV adaptions that we were talking about earlier today.
Yeah, the one that I found was still the weirdest, at least of the two.
Yours is
I mean,
pretty bizarre.
yeah, you read it the day or yesterday because I saw it this morning on Engadget, and that's the fact that Amazon doesn't just want to; they're going to turn The Departed into a TV series. Well, into an Amazon Prime series.
How does that work, by the way?
First off, did you read anything about what their plan to do was?
No, I just saw that was one of their their pushes for next season's pilots.
So the quick little thing that I read, and to be more accurate, I'd have to pull it up, but instead of it being a Boston Mafia, it's going to be a Latino gang.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of weird. So, but the same idea. The cops place somebody into the gang places somebody into the cops.
Okay. Well, The Departed is technically a remake, right, of a Korean movie?
Yeah.
Series of movies, there's 3 of them.
Infernal Affairs.
Infernal Affairs.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So I mean, in that there was the Yakuza type things. It wasn't Japanese; it was Korean, but
right.
I don't know what they call them, but they're basically like that, super violent criminal organization, just like the mob would be.
But I don't know. I suppose like when you change enough of it, like Infernal Affairs and The Departed, 2 different names.
Yep.
Even though one's kind of based off the other, they just took it and used their own name and did their own stuff. So for me, when you go to this, you're still calling it The Departed, but you're changing. It's no longer Mafia.
Almost everything, yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird to me. You're basically just keeping the idea that the cops have a spy within the gang, and the gang has a spy within.
Yeah.
Like you could have called it anything else.
Yep.
Could
have called it Infernal Affairs, really.
Right, Infernal Affairs, because we would have known.
We're like, oh, we don't know what this is.
I'll try and give it a shot. I still haven't really watched anything on Amazon Prime's video, even though I do actually have it.
I have finally I haven't actually watched the whole thing. I was at work the other day when we were talking about stuff, and someone saw a picture of Justin and Aaron, the one I had on my Facebook page. And we've been previously on the show. They make movies, so they asked, "Oh, who are those guys?" And I was like, "Well, it was my cousin and his buddy who make movies." And then one of the girls was like, "Oh, what do they make?" And I was like, I told him, about Resolution and Spring, and we pull it up, and neither of them are on Netflix anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So on Amazon Prime, you can watch Spring as part of your membership, but you can't watch Resolution.
Really?
Resolution, you have to add the Tribeca. You have to use Tribeca's thing, which is through an add-on to Amazon Prime.
Yeah, they have some weird stuff like that.
So you can try it for 7 days for free. That's what April did to watch Resolution. But I thought it was really weird that like you can watch it, but you have to sign up for the Tribeca thing through Prime.
Yeah. It was their weird like
pay like
because
pay-per-view thing.
Yeah, because Tribeca is like a different. Amazon's idea is that they would allow different companies to link into their service, so you could be paying for Tribeca or any other company. I don't really know very many companies that do it, but I think Showtime also does it into there. Yeah. But yeah, you pay for the Showtime service, you pay for the Tribeca service, but you can go through Amazon Prime.
So play through any of their video service or video links. Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
So it's an interesting idea, but it's kind of weird because you're already paying for Amazon Prime Video, and now you have to pay for these other separate things in order to, I don't know. Yeah,
so basically, we were at work, super bored because it was late. It was like I want to say it was Saturday night. We were super dead, and we were talking about it, and so we watched the first 10 minutes of Spring because it's part of Amazon. So I've technically watched 10 minutes of Spring, which is the first thing I've ever watched on Amazon Video.
Oh, okay.
Of something I own.
Right.
And I've seen like a few times.
Right.
So, whatever. I mean...
Hey, it's a fantastic movie.
It is a fantastic movie. I just thought it was really bizarre. It's the first thing I chose, something I've seen already. Whatever.
That's like a couple days ago. What was I watching on TV? I can't remember. I was watching something on TV, and I'm like, I own it. It's right there. I could watch it on DVD.
But you'd rather watch it with commercials.
But I'll watch it with commercials.
Something's wrong with you. Actually, speaking of stuff, like I pulled a mic the other day. I forgot to tell you this yesterday. So when we refer to this, there's a lot of things that Mike does, but this is one that Joe will know right away. Spent a bunch of money on iTunes. So it started off with, I noticed that the Captain America was coming out on Tuesday on digital.
Civil War.
Yep, Civil War comes out on the 30th. So I was like, oh, what other pre-orders do I have coming up? So I looked, and this was on Monday, and lo and behold, Jungle Book.
Yep.
I was like, oh, so Jungle Book, I have that pre-ordered. It's coming up. It'll be available tonight. So you'd think, oh, that's what Cody's gonna watch, right? No,
Yep.
then he went on to iTunes and then bought the Kubrick box set that was on sale for $29.
What'd that include?
The Shining. Actually, I'll pull the list up right now. Actually, I have them on my computer. But then I also bought Clue. It was on sale for something.
Okay.
Like $4.99 or $5.99 or something.
Fair enough.
Then I bought Blazing Saddles. It was on sale for $7.99, so I ended up buying that, which I own. I never own them on digital. I don't think I own Clue or Blazing Saddles on Blu-ray, but like I still bought them. Like I don't know why I needed to buy them, but I did. Where is that?
Just to add to your collection.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
Kubrick, where are you, Kubrick? And it was $29 for the Kubrick set, and it had a bunch of good movies. Like 2001 was part of it.
I would imagine it'd be like 2001. It would be Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, I think Apocalypse Now was part of it. The Shining.
The Shining and...
God damn it, where is this list at?
I'm actually just trying to think of any other Kubrick movies. Taxi Driver? Was that Kubrick?
Might have been. Let's see if it's in this list of movie bundles. There, Kubrick, 7 Stanley Kubrick movies. So it has Clockwork Orange, 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, Eyes Wide Shut, Lolita, Barry Lyndon.
Oh, Lolita.
Yeah. So.
Gonna watch that creepy ass movie.
Fuck yeah. Ugh. Giving the creeps still.
You have seen it?
I have. Oh, I've seen it. I've seen all of these.
Yeah.
That's what made it was funny to me is like I bought something I like literally have sine every single movie in here. The only movie I don't actually like on this list was Eyes Wide Shut. I just didn't care for it. It wasn't a very good movie, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was a good price. It's $29.
That's not bad for 7 movies.
Yeah.
Oh, not at all.
And I haven't seen Clockwork Orange in a while, but it gives me a chance to watch The Shining again because we've been wanting to watch that since we read the book.
Right.
So I just had to buy the other one. But yeah, I thought it was really so I bought those 7. The pre-order for Jungle Book came out, and then I bought Clue and Blazing Saddles all like the same time.
Nice.
Yeah,
you really did mic yourself there.
I literally did mic myself. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny. I was like, oh, I'm pulling a mic, spending all my monies on fucking movies. I literally I've seen all of them. Like none of them are like, oh, I'm gonna buy this. I haven't seen this movie. A lot of people, because that's what a lot of people do. They buy movies on iTunes or digital they haven't seen.
Right, like I did. I bought Hardcore Henry. I still haven't watched it.
It's fantastic.
But actually, the fantastic part about that is I don't have my Apple TV hooked up anywhere. I know I could watch it on my iPhone.
I want to watch a movie on an iPhone, or you can't even stream it because your Apple TV's not hooked up. Why isn't your Apple TV hooked up?
It's just not hooked up.
Man, what the fuck's wrong with you?
The Xbox was in my room for a while, the 360, and that's what I used as my streaming device.
Which you can't do iTunes through.
Which you can't do the iTunes too. And right now I only have my Xbox One hooked up to my big TV.
It's a shame, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually waiting for Apple to release the 4K version.
Yeah.
Come on, Apple. I will go down to Best Buy.
I was gonna say something completely different, but go ahead.
What?
You were gonna go down on Tim Cook, if that helps.
I'm not you. I'd go down to Best Buy.
I'm not denying
and I
that.
would totally buy a 4K streaming Apple TV.
I haven't done it yet, but my speaking of 4K, my DirecTV box has 4K now.
Oh, does it?
They have a 4K channel now. It's launched it.
And your DirecTV box supports it.
Yeah, it's the Genie. It's supposed to. That's what it says. The newest Genie box, and I think I have the newest Genie box. So
come on, Apple. If that supports 4K, and we all know that the new Apple TV supports 4K.
Yeah, we all know. They already
Just
told us the chip.
update it.
iFixit already broke it down and said, "Oh yeah, this chip supports it." So
Yeah. At this
we know
point,
it's there.
The only thing I can think of is at this point, their infrastructure on the back end is just not ready
It's got to
for
be
it.
the content source that doesn't do it.
Yeah. Because they would have to re-encode everything for 4K, which might.
I mean, they did it for 1080p a few years back when they didn't, because before you couldn't get anything 1080p for the longest time because none of their devices were like mobile devices were 1080p, like other than laptops.
Right.
So like a lot of their movies weren't even in 1080p.
No, they were all 720
yeah.
at the highest.
Yeah. So then once they released the first, I want to say it was was it the 4 that had the Retina screen for the first time, right? iPhone 4. What,
yeah,
is that the,
I think it was. Yeah,
that was when that was the very first phone that could do 1080, and they're like, oh, and all these movies started to come up, and they're like, anything you have will be 1080. I was like, oh my god!
Still
and then
not gonna
like
watch it on my small screen.
yeah, and then I was like, oh wait, that doesn't. But the Apple TV is only
It was
720.
Yeah,
and then they released a 1080p version. I was like, well, I guess I get this one then,
exactly.
because I'm a sucker for shit that I don't need.
And I would totally buy it. Even if because the newer ones have the hard drive on them. Even if you
the 32
had to
64.
download most of it to that hard drive.
Yeah, I would do it.
I do it too. My internet connection's pretty badass. I
Mine
get
is
like
now.
80 megabit. Yeah, it is. I get 80 megabits down. You know,
Mine is 102, by the way.
nice.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
so happy now.
I bet.
Fuck that Apple router.
Oh,
I'm sorry, it's fucking garbage.
it's in it. How many ports did it have on the back? 2,
3.
3.
Yeah,
Who does
3
ports?
right? So dumb.
Yeah.
So dumb. It always made me fucking mad is having you have 1 in and you have 3 out. I was like,
Who does 3 out?
what the fuck, man? I guess they support. Like they're like, you only should have 3 things that need wired. I'm like, no.
Hey,
I want
have you
all the wired.
Seen my house?
Exactly. Now I have 8.
Oh, that's right. It does have 8,
Yeah,
doesn't it? God damn.
because it's a fucking switch, a gigabit switch.
Good lord. That
I
thing
still need
was
to buy
gnarly.
Ethernet cable because I don't have enough.
That thing was gnarly.
Yeah, I think it's fucking nuts.
Dude, I wonder if you got some, because like monoprice.com sells the Cat 6e. Actually, I think they have Cat 7 on there too.
Ooh,
I don't think
might
Cat 7
do
will
that.
be compatible with it, but
No, but 6E will.
but 6e will
For sure.
would be. God, I wonder
that
what the
full
connection.
bandwidth.
Yeah, I wonder what the connection speed on
Actually
that
get a
would be.
gigabit out of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, like everything works really well now. My Apple TV though, last couple of days has been weird on Netflix.
Okay.
Like the pictures don't load, and then like the description will change, but the image because the new Apple TV Netflix app shows a slideshow of stuff from whatever it is you're looking at,
Yeah.
and it hasn't been keeping up. So I don't know if it was like a Netflix thing yesterday or I restarted it and it still did it. So I don't know if it was, but it streams fine. Like nothing was like. I don't know, because I ended up watching Clue because I haven't watched that enough because I just bought it. And Blazing Saddles has iTunes extras, which is pretty funny on them.
Oh really?
There's a whole 30-minute documentary about making it with Mel Brooks. Like he's in it. Like he's super old now. And then I don't know how I found it, but there's a Mel Brooks documentary on Netflix that I watched too.
No way.
Talks all about his like career and stuff, and like blew my mind with the stuff that he did that I didn't know about.
Oh really?
Like he had like Brooks Pictures, which is like his own production company.
Yeah.
He's the one that made Elephant Man with David Lynch.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh
I didn't know that.
no.
Yeah, and like all sorts of crazy shit. Like he helped make that I had no idea that it was by him.
No. Mostly because all of his movies are like funny.
Oh, well, that's the thing is like he found all these people wanted to make stuff that weren't really like his, so he didn't want to put his name on it. So that's why he made Brooks Pictures.
Oh, it makes
so
sense.
it didn't have some people didn't go see it like, oh, it's gonna be a Mel Brooks movie, and like it's the Elephant Man.
You're like,
Because like if you laugh at the Elephant Man, A, you're a monster,
exactly.
and B, you're not a good person.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense why he wouldn't put his name.
yeah,
on
so he
it.
didn't put his name on it, but he would executive produce them in a lot of them, right? So he, but yeah, a lot of crazy shit, and they even went into like the whole making of the producer's musical,
Okay.
and how they like, and because it went through his whole entire career.
Uh-huh.
Talked about like his first movie being The Producers, which originally they wrote a musical called Springtime for Hitler.
Yep.
Which they're like, it's not gonna work. And then he made it into a book.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's not gonna work as a book. There's too much dialogue in it. And he's like, well, and they're like, let's make it into a movie. And he's like, okay. So they made The Producers.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I know, right? And then they made Blazing Saddles. It's really interesting documentary on how like his career and ups and downs and stuff. It's crazy. I think you're pretty personal in it too. Like talk about his first wife and his newer wife and all that stuff, and yeah, really crazy. And they had a lot of really got interviews. But they ran the gamut of all of his movies. Everything
Nice.
from like obviously like 12 Angry Chairs, like Blazing Saddles,
Right.
Robin Men in Tights, Dracula Dead and Loving It, like all those.
Nice.
And some pretty good interviews. Like they had an interview with Rob Reiner, because his dad was like best friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was pretty interesting little documentary if you get a chance to see it. It's pretty good. It's called Mel Brooks. Make a Noise, I think is what it is.
Make a Noise.
Yeah.
Up on the Netflix.
On the Netflix, yeah.
Nice.
But it's funny because like he knows he's a narcissist, and he says like, and he's like they're like they talk about him being in the war, and like when he was younger, he was a drummer in a band. He's like, the only reason I want to play a drummer or be a drummer is because you get to make the most noise, and people are attracted to the noise. He's like, so might as well. And like he drums out on the table. It's pretty funny.
Fair enough. All right.
But yeah, it's so check that out. It's pretty fun. After watching the little making of documentary of Blazing Saddles,
That's pretty dope.
which is pretty fun because it shows some insight of how like they went from, because originally it was being written by 4 white Jews.
I'm sorry, what?
Blazing Saddles was being written by 4 white Jews, and they're like, we need something to add to this.
Uh-huh.
So Mel Brooks went to Richard Pryor. And so they got him to write on it, and they wanted him to play Black Bart.
Okay.
But Warner Brothers said no.
Why not?
They're like, he is untrustworthy because he's on all sorts of drugs.
Okay, that's kind of true.
Yeah, right? So the first day they're going to sit down and start writing this stuff, because he ran over a bunch of stuff, and the first day they're going to sit down and write. The 4 of them show up. Richard Pryor does not.
Oh.
So they get a call from Richard Pryor,
Okay.
and then they're like, where are you? He's like, I'm in Cleveland.
Okay.
Why in Cleveland? He's like, I don't know. And he was high as shit.
Oh, okay.
Just coked out of his head.
And he just ended up in Cleveland.
Yep. Because, that's what happens, apparently, when you do coke enough.
Where's your next flight going? Cleveland? All right, let's go.
So that's when they got Cleveland Little,
Oh, nice.
which is funny.
Yeah.
But that's the one. So that's how they got. And he Richard Pryor's like, yeah, that dude's gonna be awesome, and so he was. And they didn't want. They originally had someone else for the Waco Kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was when Gene, because they got Gene Wilder. He was gonna try out for Hedley Lamar,
Okay.
and or Hedy Lamar, and then they decided because they wanted an older legit drunk to play Waco Kid,
Okay.
so it'd be that dynamic because he had this whole, he was always told, I can't remember who told him, I think it was Sid Caesar told him there's this balance between having a young actor and an older actor where they switch roles in the middle of it or become friends somehow.
Okay.
So in the producers you had Zero, what's his name? Zero, kind of older guy from producers, and Gene Wilder, and the older guy corrupts the younger guy. And this is the same thing, but it was gonna be like buddies. But it ended up being Gene Wilder, and everyone loved it. But yeah, so watch both of those if you get a chance. The Mel Brooks longer one on Netflix is pretty damn good because they talk about some of that stuff. And then they talk about a lot of stuff I didn't know about his history, like the fact he was in the World War.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, he was a soldier, and he actually sang through a microphone to the Germans during a ceasefire one day.
Of course he
And
did.
he got applause and stuff. And it was really funny. Of
course
he's
he
like,
did.
if they only knew there was a Jew singing to him.
Right?
I was like, that's fucked up. I thought it was funny as hell myself, but
That would be funny as hell.
yeah. I don't know about other news.
The only other news I can think of is the thing with Jared Leto and his weirdness with the Suicide Squad.
I think being like he's tricked.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of Jared Leto, he's signed up to play a major role in the Blade Runner
2.
sequel. Yeah,
Yep.
that's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
If Mike was here, I was gonna set a thing up where we all had to watch a Amazon Prime trailer or pilot, but he's not here to hand out assignments. So I really wanted to make him watch The Tick.
I still haven't seen it.
I haven't
What
watched either.
all of the movies did they release pilots for? I just can't talk right now.
Oh,
The Tick and
So I know the big two were The Tick. Hold on, let me see if I can pull them up. The Tick, Jean-Claude Van Johnson,
That
and
was
I
the
Love
one.
Dick was the other one, which is Kevin Bacon as Dick.
Okay,
I'm not even
I
joking.
didn't hear
here.
about that one. I just
It's
heard,
called I Love Dick. Kevin Bacon as Dick, and Catherine Hahn as Chris.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fucking so strange. So those are the three. So there's three of them. I was going to give one to you, one to me, and one to him. And I know he'd want to watch Jean-Claude Van Johnson because that's what his thing. So I was
Right.
going to give him The Tick because, he likes superheroes.
Despite him, yeah.
Yep. And then I was going to watch the Kevin Bacon one, but I was going to watch all three of them, but that's
you
the one I
were.
was going to give myself. So we're not going to do that because Mike's not here to hand out assignments. We could do it and I'll just text him, but he probably won't do it just like normal
Boo, Mike.
because he sucks. I think they're all 30 minutes because they're all TV pilots. I could be wrong, though.
I actually didn't look that up. I actually didn't even make it past the Jean-Claude Van Johnson because I was too stupefied with what the hell that name was.
Yeah, no, right.
Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
So Jean-Claude Van Johnson stars global martial arts and film sensation Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Jean-Claude Van Damme. A global martial arts and
I'm
film
sorry, wait.
sensation.
The title is Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So this is literally like, all right, I'm going to read this description to you. It's not very long.
Okay.
So Jean-Claude Van Johnson stars global martial arts and film sensation Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Jean-Claude Van Damme, a global martial arts and film sensation also operating under the simple alias of Johnson as the world's best undercover private contractor. Retired for years, a chance encounter with a lost love brings him back to the game. This time, he'll be deadlier than ever. Probably. Like this pilot? Let us know. So that was the Jean-Claude Van Johnson. It's so dumb.
I do really kind of want to watch that. And
Whoa.
hope that it's in like a early 90s, late 80s styling of Van Damme movies. What?
So I love Dick.
Yeah, you do.
So this is how the description starts. Adapted from the lauded feminist novel I Love Dick is set in a colorful academic community in Marfa, Texas. It tells the story of a struggling married couple, Chris and Silveri, and their obsession with a charismatic professor named Dick. Told in Rashomon-style shifts of POV, I Love Dick charts an unraveling of a marriage, the awakening of an artist, and a defracation, I don't know what the fuck that is, of reluctant messiah. Love the pilot, like the pilot, let us know.
I didn't like the synopsis.
Yeah, what the fuck that was even about.
Yeah.
And then The Tick. In a world where superheroes have been real for decades, an accountant with the mental health issues and zero powers comes to realize his city is owned by a global supervillain long thought dead. As he struggles to uncover the conspiracy, he falls in league with strange blue superhero. That's The Tick.
That's not The Tick.
I mean, technically, the comic and even the cartoon and the old TV show were very focused on Arthur,
Yeah.
but this seems focused only on Arthur.
Yes.
And The Tick just seems like, because even the cartoon, like, yes, it's been called The Tick. I think it's kind of the funny part, but it was always their back and forth together because The Tick is like super powered and just really fucking dumb,
Yes.
and Arthur is super smart but has really no powers, and he becomes the Moth.
Yeah.
So so
Sorry.
dumb.
I'm just thinking of the suit that he wore.
The
was
fucking
just
onesie and the
Yeah.
the literally like
like
backpack with
yeah,
the wings in
with
it
the
that
wings
don't
on it, but
actually
then
do
he
anything.
had
The antennae?
The antenna. Oh
Yeah,
my
the
God,
big
that was
wafty ones, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. It almost sounds like though in this they're going a little bit more serious. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just from that description though, it just sounded like they were doing some. They wanted to do something more serious.
Yeah,
But I hope they bring back Chairhead or whatever his name was.
yeah. I don't know.
As a villain.
I don't know if even there's a list of who's in it. We can find out though.
We could.
I mean, we could watch it as well. Who knows? Am I listed on there? 1994 series, the 2001 TV series. Let's see. That's the one with Patrick Warburton. Let's see if there's a listing for the new one.
How much of the Tick did Patrick Warburton do? He did the live action. Didn't he do the voice for the cartoon as well?
I don't think so.
No?
I can find out, though.
Yeah.
The 1994 Tick, which is the cartoon.
Because he almost seemed like he was perfect for that role.
Oh, he was fantastic. Let's see. Who the fuck did the Tick? Oh, Townsend Coleman did the Tick in the cartoon. He did a bunch of. He did the Tick, Lava Man, Man-Eating Cow, Eyebrows Mulligan. No real big names that I can know off that list were anybody. I want to see. Is there a listing of who does what in the new one? Trying to see if there's a list of
actors.
Actors. No, doesn't say anything. Doesn't have anything on there. It says Peter Saren Fitzwicks was plays the Tick. Griffin Newman, Valerie Curie, and Brendan Hines. I don't know. That's all it says. Supporting actors Jackie Earle Haley.
Really?
Who the fuck does he play? That's awesome. Now I have to watch it.
Right?
That dude's awesome in Preacher.
I hadn't gotten that far in.
Fuck, Preacher's so good.
I watched the first 2 episodes, I think it was, which are fantastic.
Yeah.
They're absolutely fantastic. I just hadn't gotten into the rhythm of when it was on TV and
It was really
watching
off.
it.
I've been off on TV shows lately. I watch a bunch of fucking shit that's reruns.
Speaking of which,
Stranger
are you
Things.
Going
Sorry, go ahead.
to watch Fear the Walking Dead.
Do you know this new season's already started? They're like 3 episodes in.
No, I thought it started in September.
It started already.
I swear to God, I saw an advertisement that said September.
I'm pretty sure it started already. I think it showed up on recordings on mine.
No, I swear
Let's
to
find
God.
out.
If it showed up in recordings, it would have had to be the previous season
might
that
be.
they're just trying to catch you up on. I swear to God, they said like September 14th or something like that.
Let's see. Fear the Walking Dead. Click that one. Season 2. Oh, the first half of season 2 already started, which was in April.
Yeah.
So that must be what they were doing. Must have been reruns of the first half then.
Yeah.
Does it say when the second half starts?
I saw it on TV. It has to have.
Trying to see. Seasons. Where are you? Nope. Come on now. There it goes. 14 episodes. Season 2 last aired. I can't be right. August 28th. No, August 21st. Yeah, that's right. So 1 episode's already started the second half. May 22nd was the mid-season finale with episode 7 of season 2. Episode 8 started the 21st, so last Sunday. I knew I saw a thing about it because it said it was recording. And then, yeah.
So I guess that pretty much answers my question of, are you going to watch it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't finish the. I'm only like 2 or 3 episodes in to season 2. It is much better. The characters are all fucking awful. Hope they all die.
Well, that was the thing about the whole show. Is like the show itself was
Fantastic.
absolutely fantastic, and it picks up exactly just how The Walking Dead is.
Yep.
You know, absolutely looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I just hated every single goddamn character in
Yeah,
that
for
show.
sure. And not the actors,
Not the actors,
the characters.
the characters.
I hated them all.
Yeah.
They were all awful.
Oh yeah.
But the cool thing is, the commercials I've seen, they went into Mexico.
Yes. Well, that's where they were going.
Yeah, so they were
Yeah.
when they got on the boat. So yeah, the thing is that like one point you see the drug addict's son like stumbling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. Like again, I don't know because I haven't watched anything of the new. I haven't finished the first part of season 2 yet, so it'll be interesting.
Well, they end the first part of season 2 going to Mexico. Like
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
figured. Yeah, because they're on the like where I'm at. They were on the boat. They went to shore once and shit went awry.
Yeah. Well, you were pretty close to finishing.
Yeah,
then.
I think like I said, I thought I was more into it. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I was more into it. I can't remember. Oh yeah, no, I was like episode 5, I think, because Blood in the Streets is the one that I saw. So that was episode 4 of season 2. So I have 3 more in the first half of season 2. I just I hate watching commercial TV because I have to fast forward the commercials.
Oh no.
I know, like I just want it all to be on Netflix so I can just watch it straight through.
The
Like
dan-
Stranger Things.
Yeah, I was gonna say the dangerous thing about that though is that
You watched
just
the first season already twice?
No,
Oh, I mean,
because I haven't.
maybe.
No, you just sit there and you're like, it's so good, and I can watch the next episode. Now we get into Stranger Things, the Netflix series.
The hit Netflix series?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Best show ever.
It's fucking amazing.
It's beyond fucking amazing.
I'm just mad that the first season was so short.
Oh God, I know. Like, I'm still. How many? There was 8 episodes, right?
10?
I think it's shorter than that. It's 8. I'm pretty sure it's 8 episodes.
Hold on.
Because I have
Like,
3
say it.
episodes left in it. So I was gonna say I'm like on episode 5. That makes us or something like that.
There's
right?
8.
Yep.
There's 8.
So I finished 4 episodes.
Oh, that's right, because I did watch it in one day
Yeah, you did.
the first time. I paced myself the second watch through.
Oh, you
It
did?
took me a week.
See, I'm pacing myself.
Are you watching in 4K?
No,
It's fucking gorgeous.
I bet it is. I don't have the 4K Netflix service.
Oh, that's right. You're still using
Yeah.
your brother's.
Yeah, I should pay for
Be a
that.
fucking adult. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
So Apple, if you release the 4K, yeah, I would.
I
totally
really
do that.
think Netflix, like, that's the thing. Well, no, because most TVs have the Netflix app that have it. You just have to.
My
sign
TV
up for
has it. You just have to sign
you
up
just have
for
it. The service, yeah.
No, so far, like I said, I'm 4 episodes into Stranger Things. It's one of those movies. So it's one of those shows that I've always loved and wished there was more of, or at least more of like this that are actually done correctly. And what I'm talking about is the coming of age type of stories that you used to see a lot back in the late 80s, early 90s. Steven Spielberg was like a master of that. You know, you got a little bit of it when he did Super 8. God damn it.
Oh yeah, J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, but he produced it. Steven Spielberg produced it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
I almost every time I think of Super 8, I almost say 8mm. Totally different kid movie.
Yeah, definitely a different kid movie. Yeeks.
Don't go watch 8mm.
Don't have your kids watch 8mm.
Don't.
Wink, wink.
It's not a kids movie.
Make it a double feature with
Don't.
Snake Eyes.
Don't even. Oh God,
2 Nicolas Cage movies.
I know, but Snake Eyes as well.
Yeah, might as well.
It's an awful movie.
Watch 8mm second though,
It's an even worse movie.
because it's worse than Snake Eyes.
God damn.
Gary Sinise was in Snake Eyes.
Was he?
Spoilers: he's his brother and he's the bad guy.
I watched Snake Eyes once and was just like, this is awful.
It's a really bad movie.
Yeah.
It's not about boxing, but it's about boxing.
Yeah.
It's about gambling in a way. More gambling than boxing.
Anyway, so most of you probably already know what Stranger Things is, but if you don't, it's kind of like a combination of the X-Files and
We're gonna miss our movie.
are we gonna miss our movie?
It's in 9 minutes. I guess we're not seeing Kubo in 3D.
All right.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so yeah, it's like a combination of Twin Peaks, X-Files, The Goonies. What else? Anything else that you can think of?
So it's like, so we said the Goonies, so kind of like it has an explorer's feel to it
Yeah.
in that sci-fi realm. Yeah, I mean, really, a little bit of Stand By Me,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Goonies. You said Twin Peaks.
Super 8.
Super 8 is definitely in there. There's even a little bit of homage-ish stuff to E.T.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely in there.
There's definitely an homage to a lot of
Yeah,
different
for sure.
sci-fi things. I know in the last episode that I watched, I told you guys this last night, the dude who goes into the upside down area, I guess we call it, or Mirkwood, or whatever they want to really call it. Orange jumpsuit, last name Shepard. I'm like, that's a Half-Life reference, guys. Even though I realize that it's Gordon Freeman, that's the dude in the orange suit. But if for those who are fans of the Half-Life series, know of a different add-on expansion for the game called Opposing Force.
Yep.
That character's name was Shepard. So it just seemed like a really awesome, like, and especially he's going into this other world. It was really cool. The dude dies.
The Mist, that was the other one I was thinking of.
Oh, the Mist, yeah. Which was also Half-Life was Half-Life loosely based off the Mist? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Let's see. In my ramblings, where am I going with this?
It's awesome. Everyone should watch it.
It's an absolutely fantastic and gripping show, and there are elements that I love that they do with it that kind of turn a lot of that stuff, that genre type stuff on its head, where the one that comes to mind most to me is the sheriff.
Yeah.
He's not just like a bumbling idiot that most shows, most movies would turn him into. By the end of episode 4, he's literally breaking into the laboratory in order to figure out what's going on.
Yep. Because everything leads to that one place.
Exactly. So I think that's absolutely fantastic that they make him an intelligent character, not just a dumb side character that's there to just put up walls to things or anything like that. And another thing that keeps getting me with the show is the fucking intro.
Yeah.
Because it'll go for what seems like 10 to 15 minutes, and then suddenly there's the intro to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thank God, the show's not over yet.
Yep.
Because it really feels like you're really getting into it, and then suddenly intro, their music, and
like,
then
you son of a bitch.
Things. And I'm like, there's still like 45 minutes left of this show.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
The monster's absolutely creepy.
Oh, monsters fucking creepy. You haven't seen the full thing yet.
No, you finally get a glimpse of it, or well, not a glimpse, but the full thing at the end of episode 4.
Oh, no, trust me, you haven't seen the full thing yet.
I'm sure I may not have seen like its final form type thing, but when what's-her-name crawls into that stupid tree, which, by the way, why would you do that?
It's so dumb.
Right? Let me crawl into this goddamn tree that looks like it's bleeding guts. Uh-huh. And she gets on the other side, and there it is right there, and you get a full view of this thing for the first time. And it is just absolutely terrifying. Of course, not as terrifying as, when it's trying to claw its way through the goddamn wall. Right?
Jesus Christ.
And Winona Ryder, which, by the way, probably her best character ever, best acting ever for Winona Ryder.
Yeah, easily.
Easily.
She's such a great job of being a hapless, like, not good at doing things, white, like, mother.
Yeah. But think of how weird it would be to have to play the grieving, emotional mother every single time you go to shoot.
It's true.
Oh my God, that's got to be like just a drain on your soul.
It's true.
Oh. But the kids are absolutely fantastic too.
Oh, kids are amazing.
Usually that's the weakest point of any
and that's
movie
what made
TV
8mm
series.
or 8mm. You got me doing
exactly.
that.
See,
Jesus Christ.
You're welcome. Not welcome. Actually,
God damn it.
That's what made Super 8 good.
Super 8 because those kids were amazing.
Those kids were amazing, and these kids are just as
so
good, if not better, than those. Because you really actually feel what they're saying. It's actually genuine. It doesn't sound scripted. It doesn't sound like that.
Yeah,
they're
plus
just
I love the
reading
fact
something.
that they cuss.
Oh yeah, it's more real. Yeah.
But yeah, like the show starts off with a fucking bang for sure. Like the way it starts, just like holy shit. And the best part is, and this is not a spoiler, you do not get to learn shit about what's going on.
No.
You think you do. By the end of the season, the first season, you were like, not too sure what's going on. Because as soon as you think you get an answer, something goes wrong and it goes the other direction. You're like, all right. I thought you were bad. Maybe you're not bad. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, when they start, like, you're almost at the part where they start going more into the history of 11.
Yeah, because they've done flashbacks to where
Yeah.
her in the facility. You know that she has these psychic powers.
Yep.
We're gonna spoil the hell out of stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Up to episode 4 because I don't know anything beyond that. Cody obviously does. Hopefully he doesn't spoil anything from beyond that
I
for
will
me.
spoil everything.
Otherwise, I will choke you with one of these extra
Waffles.
cords here. And waffles.
Lego or Eggo waffles.
Lego waffles.
Lego waffles.
That's gonna be the worst thing to step on ever.
And eats. We can still do it. We're just gonna reverse the movies. We'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
We're just gonna do it in theater. We'll go to Harkins.
That's fine.
Just so you know, we'll humble pie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, really. So first, and the best part is they're called Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, and they all have names like the Vanishing of Will Byers, the Weirdo on Maple Street, which I thought was really hilarious.
Yeah.
Holly Jolly and the Boy, and the whole first season literally takes place over like 4 days.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But man, dude, you're on the cusp of so much stuff like breaking loose.
I know.
I don't want to talk about.
And it all like for everything right now just revolves around Hopper.
And they haven't found the body yet, right? Air
no,
quotes?
they did. That was the last episode that I watched. And
did he already break in? Did he break into the morgue?
That was all in those same episodes.
And then he found out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the
blew my mind, dude. I was like, so they bring Winona Ryder in, and she instantly says, "That's not my boy," and I was like, "Bitch, I am looking at your son. Like I seen him."
Yeah.
Like
he's dead, but like his spirit is somewhere else.
Yeah,
no,
bitch, this dude is so like. That is a real dead boy on the table.
And that's what her son's saying. That's what her son's saying. Her older son is just like...
And then you're like, oh, her grief is just taking over and she can't believe it. It's, she's in shock, blah, blah, blah. Her baby boy is dead. Okay, I get it. You're fucked up, right? And the sheriff, he sees this. And he has to, he gets her out of there. The son's trying to tell his mom, the older son, Will's brother, is trying to tell him, who's a creeper by himself.
Right.
They're like, no, that it's Will, and he doesn't believe her because she thinks she's just being crazy. They have a fight. The sheriff just feels something wrong. He's like, nah, there's like,
and this is what I like about Hopper.
Adamant about.
Yeah.
He's like, no, she was adamant. So he then sneaks into the morgue
and sneaks in with
air quotes. Just
which, by the way,
sneaks in.
I love that sequence. He's like, oh, Sheriff, whatever the dude's name was, told me to come relieve you. And he's like, I don't work for him anymore. And he goes, no, it was, what's his name? And then he just punches the guy, knocks him out. I was like, that's awesome.
So the thing, and this is the part that I was gripped. I was in full bore halfway through episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is everything I love, and I don't even know anything about this. Because literally the trailer we first saw was only a month before.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this looks dope. Because it was a montage of shit going on. It was a van flipping over and all these kids, and then whatever. I was like, all right, I'm in. This whole reminds me of something Stephen King-ish, or looked right to it. First episode, I was done. By episode 4, I was like, I'm gonna burn through all 8 of these in one day. Fuck it, my day off, I'm not going anywhere. So I just burned through it. But in episode 4, when he breaks in, air quotes, breaks into the morgue, and he looks at it and he touches the body, and I was like,
there's something weird.
I was like, all right, that didn't seem normal. But he's like,
What got me with that part, I knew that the Winona Ryder's character was right. They said that they did an autopsy on the kid, yet there was no incision on the body, and I was like, there's something really weird there, especially since the whole what was it, the county sheriff, not the local sheriff, but the state troopers.
Police,
That's what state police were the ones that were handling everything instead of county. It was really weird, but he starts touching the corpse, and it's super it looks
real, but it's slimy.
Yeah,
and not slimy, but it looks slimy, but it's not. And he's like, and then he does the thing, and I was like, bro, don't do it, because at that point I'm like, this is some body snatcher shit. You're gonna cut that open, and something's gonna come at you.
I was just expecting it to be goo.
Yeah, but so then he cuts it, and they're like, oh, that's not. There's no.
And he's got a very most people will recognize, like from Indiana Jones, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, where they're cutting through that rubber alien mask. That's like what it felt like to me. It seemed like he was cutting through something like that, and then he reaches in, and you're like, oh my god, what's he gonna? It's stuffing, really?
Yeah.
I was like, what is this, Build a Boy Workshop?
Yeah, super fucking weird. And I was like, oh, she was right. Oh my god, dude. And then like
that's where Hopper just was like, oh my god, she's right. Something is going wrong.
Yep.
I need to go and break into the lab. And that's exactly what he goes and does.
Yep. Crazy.
Or no, actually, no, it wasn't that. He goes to the bar.
Yeah.
And he beats the hell out of the dude that found the body.
The
gets the guy
to
gets the guy to confess.
I think
that
the best part about that is that car's driving by and he stops.
Mm-hmm.
And hits him again. Oh, it makes me laugh.
Oh.
Beats the fuck out of that guy.
Dude, he
pistol whips the shit out of him. I was like, Sheriff,
I really thought the way he was going that he was just going to
kill him.
No, well, I mean, because he turns around to that car.
Yeah.
And he starts screaming at the car, and he points his gun. I'm like, well, he's just gonna open fire, but he doesn't.
Nope.
But like from that scene, it felt like his normal reaction would just be like, fuck it, bang, 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 bang.
Yep.
But then the dude just takes off running, and the car takes off, and that's when he decided to go and break into the lab late at night. Which, by the way, he does the exact same thing then. Oh, Doctor, what's his name, called me in. As he's trying to, like, get into the secure area. The dude's like, hey, you remember we have cameras, right? Yeah, no, Doctor, what's his name, is just trying to call. And it's like, the guy goes, oh, let me just verify it. And what does he do? He knocks the dude out, grabs the gun, holds the other guard at gunpoint.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not good at his job. That's for sure.
Not great at his job, but at least that's the thing, is at least that he's the one going around doing it. In most other movies or shows that I've seen, it'd be some other character, that half-wit character that he's going through.
He's like he would be the stumbling block for everything.
Exactly.
Which really his deputy is not great.
But they're not important.
Yeah, they're not important.
Yeah.
The other thing too about this is the depth of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Is really, really good too. Like the sheriff has a fucked up history.
Oh yeah, dude. When he calls his wife the next morning after getting drugged,
waking up in his apartment or his trailer.
Yeah.
Mobile home.
But yeah, you find out a little bit more about his past and the fact that he had lost his girl, which he so far has referenced a lot. You know, is really sad and disturbing.
Wait till you find out more about Levin too. Because you find about her history as well. I'm
expecting, because obviously don't spoil anything for me, because they keep saying that doctor is her dad. Yep. I'm expecting it's not.
I'll tell you this. It is.
It is?
Yep.
Okay.
They're very, very truthful in all the stuff you find out, but then you find out where she came from.
Because obviously she's got powers, so either they accept that the fact that there are people in this world of theirs that have these powers, or... since they've already introduced, the other dimension, is she other dimensional? You can't say. You can't tell me because I don't want you to. No.
Has Mike finished this fucking show? Has he watched this show yet?
I don't know.
Fuck. Why don't you people watch this already? I want to talk more about it.
Because I so thoroughly enjoy this. This is like almost.
I did too. That's why I've watched it twice already.
Yeah, but this is like taking me back to my childhood type stuff.
It should. It's amazing.
I grab a bowl of ice cream.
It's very flat and too.
I wait until it's nighttime out. I go out into to watch it on my big screen TV in the dark. It's so absolutely fantastic. It's so gripping. It's so scary. Yeah. Like there are literally times where I'm just sitting there, I'm eating my fucking bowl of ice cream, and I'm just sitting here.
Fuck.
I stop, and I'm just staring at it like, what the fuck is going on? Dude, when the little girl walks into the room because she's led by the lights, and you're like, oh, she's being led
she's gonna get eaten
by Will. And you're just like, what's going to happen? The lights are going around, and your just tension is so slowly fucking building.
The music drops off.
The music drops off. She starts staring at the wall, and you're like, you're going to see the wall creature. Oh, my God. And then it slowly starts to come out, and then she's grabbed by her mom, and you're like, oh, my God, that was so goddamn close. Oh, so goddamn close.
The wall creature does not stop there either.
No.
Have you, the house party's already happened, right?
No. Well, which house party? Because you're talking about the one with the
teenagers,
yeah.
the sister, the older sister of
yeah,
what's his name?
that's already happened.
Okay.
Yeah,
And her friend
and
goes
her
disappearing.
friend goes missing, and that's
So fucked up.
that's how that's
Oh,
how
it's the pictures. That's right, because that's
the
when
pictures come up.
when
Yeah.
Will's brother, Jonathan, right?
yeah, Jonathan, yeah.
Yeah.
Where he ends up befriending Will's older sister. Well,
No, not Will's little sister.
One of Will's sisters.
No, Will's the little kid that goes missing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, that's
The other one. What's his name? Not Dustin. Dustin's the one with the teeth thing.
which is absolutely
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Mike, right?
Mike, it might be Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, because his older sister's Karen. Yeah, I'm looking at her now.
Yeah. But yeah, they end up sort of befriending
Or
each
Nancy.
other.
Nancy's the sister.
That's who it is.
Karen's
Nancy.
the mom.
Yeah, they end up befriending
And she's
each
the
other. and-
she's the one that has the little girl that was you were just talking about in the lights with the that
Yep,
thing.
yep.
I remember that girl's names. Yeah.
Yep.
11 is fantastic. Dustin by far is the best character though.
How weird did you think it was when they put her in the dress and the wig? I was like,
Well, you know that's an homage to, right?
no.
E.T.
Oh yeah, it would
Think
be.
about it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about
Yep.
that. I think it was the same episode that they did the whole orange suit things.
Yeah.
So I was like so fucking gone with that. I was like, it's a Half-Life reference.
There's so much. It's god damn, it's so good. Why haven't you watched it yet?
Because I'm taking it slow, in a fast sort of way. Usually,
I hate you. You are way far ahead than I thought you'd ever be. Like I expected to be like December. Like, oh, guess what? I watched episode 2.
because I'm telling you, this is the best show ever.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
Remember how he used to call The Shield the best show ever? This
Yeah, they better do a good job with this season
is
2.
the best show ever. Oh God, I know. My fear is that they literally turned it into Twin Peaks, where phenomenal show but doesn't get the ratings, and so the studio forced them to reveal who the actual kidnapper killer was in the second season, and after
Which made
that,
no
it
fucking
was,
sense because that was the whole premise of the show.
exactly. I honestly don't think Netflix would do anything like that.
Now Netflix is good about it.
Netflix is good about that, and they have obviously such a raw feedback from their group. It's probably 5 stars still.
On the yeah, it's not that it matters what Rotten Tomatoes says, but Rotten Tomatoes is at 90%.
I couldn't care what Rotten
But
Tomatoes says.
I do believe it's probably still 5 stars, or at least 4 and something stars on the Netflix.
Speaking of which, because I just finished obviously Daredevil season 2. and
Yeah,
that's
you
what
did.
That's what you're getting at
Yeah.
with
Taking
me not
fucking forever.
taking my time. Hey, I like to take my time
Yeah, no
sometimes.
shit.
And Daredevil was 13 episodes long. Absolutely fantastic second season, especially the last episode. Still 5 stars. At least the whole second season, and it's probably pretty rare, at least that I've seen on Netflix,
Just
to
because
have
it's
a show.
so fucking good.
Yeah,
Like they do such a good job. And the thing I like about Netflix, and I think we've said this before on here, what makes Netflix shows so strong is the fact that they don't have the Twin Peaks thing where like
where they have a network overseeing.
Yeah,
them, and
they're like,
hey,
Netflix comes in, they buy it,
ratings. Yeah,
and they don't worry about ratings because obviously there's really no rating system. It's like how many people watch it, but like whatever. But the other thing too is you get to do everything ahead of time, so you don't get influenced by what fans are saying until that season's already over.
Yeah.
And obviously people are loving it.
You can write a more coherent story with
Yeah.
what you're saying from beginning to end rather than going
You're not trying to change
episode.
things.
Yeah, and changing them in the middle. Well, the fans didn't really like this, so let's add more of this character or do
I
this.
forgot.
Or
It's so dumb.
what?
Because I rated it 5 stars, it only shows me my rating. So it doesn't show what it would be normally.
Ah, gotcha.
Let me do a Google search for it and see what it says. Because they'll sometimes show the ratings on there.
I think it was 5 stars still.
I just want to see what it's done so far.
Mike, I'd be curious to see how many people rated it.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is it doesn't show you on here either.
Yeah.
Even
Even on Netflix when I saw Daredevil, it didn't say how many. It just said 5 stars.
it's 9.1 out of 10 for IMDb. Trying to see. It is 4 something stars.
Okay.
4 like a little like 4.5, 4 something like that.
What asshole rated it not 5
Holy
stars?
shit! 127,000 votes.
Oh, it did actually. Oh wow.
Fuck. That's a lot of goddamn votes.
Hey, asshole that didn't rate it a
No
5.
shit, right?
What's wrong with you?
It's like, oh, I don't like scary stuff.
don't
Why
like
the
it.
fuck
Fuck
would
you,
you watch this? Sorry.
And the sound is so absolutely amazing in this show, too. Like, some of the music that they've gotten, oh my god. It's just absolutely perfect.
On here it says Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 94. I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter.
No one cares about
It doesn't.
Rotten
It's 5
Tomatoes.
stars. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my best thing is, have you noticed, for a long time, people kept calling them TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
They're now routinely being known as web series.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wonder if that's going to take away. That's not going to. They can't not give them Emmys now, right?
yeah,
'Cause Netflix fucking won a shit ton.
I would say
In the
they
past
can,
years.
unless
Unless they make a different
there's
category.
they either
Can
introduce a
you
different
fucking
category,
imagine that shit?
or they just open it up. You know, it's no longer just TV series.
Drama series.
It's just drama series.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because
Something
web
like that.
series, TV series, yeah.
I don't even really like the term web series. I'd rather have it called like a streaming series or just something like that.
It's because it's on the web.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Web sounds too much like I'm watching it on my computer, which technically I guess you can, but
Yeah.
most people probably watch on their TV.
Forbes, 5 reasons why Stranger Things is the best Netflix original so far. Let's see what they have to say.
Number 5.
Hold on. I'm gonna stupid intro ad. Hey, look what else you can do. Shut your fucking mouth. Let's see. Number 1. There are only 8 episodes.
That's not a positive. That's
I mean, it
a
kind of
negative.
is. 'Cause,
No.
like,
No.
well, no,
No.
I agree because I wanted more. And like now, that's why I watched 16 episodes. If you add them all up, technically I watched 17 because I watched the finale 3 times, but whatever. So the reason they say this is because you don't have to have a lot of filler to fill more than this. I would have liked it to be 10. I don't know why that number is better to me.
Well, just because it actually hits the double digits.
Yeah,
Like,
it makes me feel better about myself.
like Daredevil felt like more of a season.
Yeah,
Because it was
it's
13
like
episodes long.
And I think it's a golden number. Like, if it's an hour-long program, 13 episodes seems really good to me.
Yeah. But you had 8, and I was like, oh, that just doesn't feel like it's going to be enough to really tell me what this whole season arc is going to be about. Anyway, keep going.
So what I was saying is like those 8 episodes seems like way more than enough to me to be a good amount. So I think that's nice. Number 2, there's a terrific sense of mystery, which there is.
Oh, fantastic sense of mystery.
Yeah, like they leave a lot unanswered. Like they lead you to a lot of questions, and then they give you like 4 questions and 1 answer, and the next episode they give you 4 more questions and an answer from the episode before. So now you have like 7 questions you have, and then they answer a couple more. It's really good the way they do it and the way they pace it. Number 3, the nostalgia is glorious.
And exactly what
Come
I
on
talked
now.
about. That's what I started with.
They say here, so this is the list of what Forbes says, and a lot of these is what we said already. There are also, so they say the big thing is like in 80s movies, but X-Files comparison is impossible not to make. Duh. It says there are also bits of the Goonies, E.T., Heathers, which is like obviously the kid dynamic and like that, the family thing, and plenty of others. I loved how J.J. Abrams handled that kind of thing in nostalgia of Super 8, but Stranger Things is much better. I agree with him.
Yep.
Because Super 8 was dope.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I absolutely love Super 8. But
fuck, dude. Super 8's basically like a fucked up ET.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about before, but yeah. So the casting, which we've talked about already, is fan-fucking-tastic. Everybody is fantastic in it. The humor and the horror is number 5. So it's and the verdict is it's dope as fuck. They say, much like True Detective, I'm feeling that there's no possible way a second season could live up to the first. Well, I'm just saying, the biggest difference is they're not like with True Detective. The problem, so if you guys know what True Detective is, it's a very British style show. It's called an anthology. So season 1, which was fucking terrific, super fucked up, acting was fantastic in it. Matthew McConaughey made me not want to be a human being anymore. And I could have told you something wrong with that guy, but he's just fucked up. Season 2 isn't a link to season 1. There's nothing that links season 1 and season 2 other than the fact that there's mention of horrific murders that went on in this other place.
Right, because it's two totally different detectives.
It's three different detectives.
Three different detectives.
It's a whole different cast. There's no link. Originally, when I read about it, one of the cops from the investigators from the first season was going to be in the second season, and it wasn't. And the second season was all right. It's just I think they literally they did what they needed to, and the first one was so good they tried to replicate it, and it's like so hard to do because they wrapped everything up in the first season.
Yeah.
In this one, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Is not everything is wrapped up.
Because they plan on going.
Yeah, like they made this to make more. Like when you get to the end, you'll understand what I mean. Is like they definitely did not solve everything in this one.
No.
They solve some things. They solve a lot of things, but the overarching is not even close. So it's a good comparison to True Detective. But it's not gonna be an anthology. This is gonna definitely continue on with a lot of the same cast.
I don't like that
wink.
statement. I don't like that statement. We're gonna end the show there.
Boom, boom.
Cody seems like he's gonna start spoiling stuff.
I'm not gonna spoil. I'm gonna stop. The soundtrack's available. It's dope as fuck. You can get it. It's only streaming on iTunes right now.
Yeah.
So if you're one of those iTunes
I listened
haters,
to a
I'm
little
sorry.
bit of it. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I
It's the
was
music from the show, so
It's literally the soundtrack of the
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
I
for
was
sure.
hoping when you guys told me about it that it would actually be the different songs and stuff that they use throughout the show.
Oh no, it's the actual soundtrack.
It's the actual
like,
soundtrack.
Legit soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when
So-
they say soundtrack, it's like
I was a little disappointed at that because I was hoping for
a sweet ass '80s
yeah.
fucking album. Yeah.
yeah, but it wasn't. But it's still good. It's still
true.
good soundtrack. Absolutely fantastic.
All right, I guess that's it for this week.
Yeah.
Nothing else to go over. No real big news.
No.
So yeah. So comes naturally. We are
Joe.
And I'm Cody, and again, it was just us. But as usual, you fucks just came naturally.